besties, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Zora and I make movie and TV show commentary videos every single week. Last week's video was on Zack Snyder's Justice League, and today I will be talking about Amazon Prime's Sylvie's Love. So don't forget to like, comment down below any suggestions for future videos, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you don't miss a single video. Now let's get into it. Sylvie's Love stars Tessa Thompson and Nnamdi Asomugha, who is Kerry Washington's husband. Did not know that, but now I do. And I love talented actor couples like Angela Bassett and Courtney B. Vance, and now Kerry Washington and Nnamdi Asomugha. I love that. And this is like his first starring role, which I think is so cool because I think he did a really good job, but I'll get into that later. Okay, so I watched this movie when it first came out because like I'm a sucker for love stories, and like all like the popular love stories or like rom-coms are all white people, and so I saw this one and I was like, oh my god, they're actually making a love story that's about black people that's not centered in black trauma. So I was really excited to see it, and I think it's a pretty good movie. It's not my favorite by far, but it's like it does what it's supposed to do, you know? Like love stories are supposed to make you like all warm inside, and this movie definitely had me on an emotional roller coaster, and in the end I was really happy. So let me get into the plot. So the movie starts with a flash forward, and it's Tessa Thompson's character. Her name is Sylvie, and she's being stood up by her friend slash cousin, Mona Lisa, and she runs into Robert, which is Nnamdi Asomugha's character. And this is their first time seeing each other in 5 years. And then, you know, we cut back to the past, and Robert is a saxophonist in a quartet jazz band. I think that's what it is. And Sylvie is the daughter of a record store owner, and her mom is like, she teaches like a manners school, something like that. And so Robert comes into her dad's store and he wants a job, and you know, he low-key going in there because Sylvie's fine, but Sylvie's like engaged to this man who's overseas fighting in Korea. And Sylvie, she loves watching TV. She's like in the store watching TV, and her dad is like so sweet, and he like buys her a TV that has the picture, like just the picture, and then a separate TV that just has the sound because none of them have the both. Like, he's such a sweetheart. Oh, but this is their meet cute. And you know, she's a little mesmerized by how fine he is. I don't blame her. Robert is so awkward when he first meets Sylvie. It's so funny. Like, I love that in like romantic movies, like when the guy is like all into her, and just like, it wasn't, okay, I don't like claiming things as love at first sight, but it was like infatuation at first sight, if that makes sense. And Sylvie watches a whole bunch of TV because she wants to be a TV producer, but you know, she's black and a woman, so people don't think that's a realistic goal for her. So like I said, Robert is a saxophonist, and his band encounters this white woman named Genevieve, and she wants to be their manager now, and she's trying to get them booked to go to Paris, but they already are like booked for this like engagement over the summer in Harlem. It cuts to Sylvie and Robert working in the store alone because their dad runs out to get a fan or something. And so, oh, it's such a cute scene. I love it because Sylvie is like blasting music, and she's like dancing because no one's watching her. And then Robert walks in and sees her dancing, and he doesn't like interrupt her at first. He like just watches her dance from the side, and it's so cute. Oh, I love it. I'm sorry. I keep getting so giddy. Like, when I tell you I'm just like a sucker for romantic movies, like this isn't even like an amazing one, but I'm over here just like, oh, I love it so much. So then, because of a series of events, they get locked in the basement, and there's this moment where they're like smoking cigarettes or whatever, and Sylvie's like, oh, you have a French light, that means that you're about to fall in love soon. And then Robert's like, well, you have one too. And it's like, oh, okay, very subtle foreshadowing, guys, but I still think it's cute. And then when they're leaving the store, he like says like, see you later, alligator, because that's what the song was. Oh. It's so cute. And then, but Robert invites Sylvie and Mona Lisa to come see him play because Sylvie was like asking him if he was any good at the saxophone. So they go and see him perform. So Sylvie and Mona Lisa go to see Robert play in his band, and Sylvie's like mesmerized. She was like he's really good. Like you know the Camp Rock clip that's like, she's really good. That's what Sylvie was doing. And then my love, the love of my life, Reggae Jean Page is in this movie, and him and Mona Lisa are like flirting, and they're like, they have their little infatuation, and it's, oh my god, I love Reggae Jean Page. Oh my gosh, Robert and Sylvie are so awkward together because like Sylvie is engaged, but like they're trying to like deny their feelings, but we all know that they actually like each other. So Robert asks Sylvie if she wants to dance. And he, oh my gosh, this is such a minor thing, but it made my heart go like skip a beat a little. It was, they were about to dance, and then Robert pulls her closer. It was, oh, that's, so he walks her home, and you know, he's talking, Robert's like, you know, it's customary when you go on a date with someone, you give them like a goodnight kiss. And like, we're all just forgetting that she's engaged. Like throughout this movie, you're just going to have to be okay with the fact that she's like cheating on her husband, on her fiance, but she doesn't even really like him. But I'll get into that later because the fiance is trifling too. Like they're like bonding over music, and Sylvie was like, okay, well, you know, like if you want to kiss me, then come up the stairs. And he like skips, like he clears like 4 steps trying to get up there. Oh, he's so excited. Oh my god, he really likes her. I'm cheesing so hard. In my videos, I'm always cheesing so hard. I can't help it. They have their first kiss, and it's just a peck. But then Sylvie's like, I'm going back for more. And they start making out on the steps. And then it cuts to them at work, and they're like, you know, they had just kissed. So, you know, they're more openly flirty. And then Sylvie's mom notices, and she's like, I don't like this. Cause like Sylvie's mom is like very like uppity. Like she's like, you can't date someone below your stature. So then Sylvie like starts trying to deny her feelings for Robert even more and trying to act like the kiss meant nothing. Like she wasn't the one who went in for like a bigger makeout. Like that doesn't even make sense to me, but whatever. So after Sylvie tries to like tell Robert that the kiss meant nothing, that she doesn't even really like him, Mona Lisa and her go to a party because Chico invited Mona Lisa, and Robert's there, and Sylvie's all like butthurt that Robert's dancing with Connie, a dancer that works at the jazz club he's at. Like she wasn't the one who was trying to tell him that she doesn't even really like him. Like, oh my god, see, people who do that are so messy because she knows that she really likes him. Robert knows that she likes him. Like, I don't know why she's trying to act stupid. And Sylvie was trying to act like Robert was the one who kissed her. Like she wasn't the one who went in for the peck and then went in for the bigger kiss. Like, oh my god, I was getting a little frustrated because like, how are you gonna be jealous that he's dancing with Connie when you were the one who's A, engaged, and B, trying to act like nothing happened? Sylvie leaves, and Robert like chases after her, of course, and then they like start talking in the middle of the street, and then they like finish their slow dance in the middle of the street, and it's so cute, and it's so, like, the aesthetic of this movie is really pretty. Like this scene, it's really nice. So then it's like a montage of them spending more time with Mona Lisa and Chico, and they're on like this rooftop, and they do the do for the first time, and Robert tells her more about his life and how his mom died when he was younger, and that was like his like inspiration to go after his dreams because, you know, life is short. I also just want to say that like Mona Lisa and Sylvie's friendship is so cute because Sylvie then tells her that she did the do with Robert, and they're all just so giddy about it, and it's so cute. Like I love seeing really nice depictions of Black female friendship. It was just so nice. Then of course, like I was talking about in my Lovecraft Country video, that when people who are in relationships or in movies or TV, after they have sex, and it's more than likely they're going to become pregnant. And what happens? Sylvie gets pregnant. Meanwhile, she is still engaged to dude in Korea. Sylvie doesn't tell Robert that she's pregnant, and Robert's, you know, about to go off to Paris with his band because, you know, Genevieve like pulls some strings as their manager. and she doesn't tell him, and Robert's trying to get her to run away with him, but she's like, no, I'm not gonna do it. But girl, if it was me, I wouldn't have fumbled the bag like that. I would have been in Paris with Robert, with our kid, living our best life. But I'm not Sylvie, unfortunately. So now it cuts to the flash forward that was at the beginning of the movie, and Sylvie's now the assistant to a TV show producer, and the TV show producer is a black woman, and Sylvie's now married to dude from Korea, and he's back, you know. Sylvie names her child with Robert Michelle, and Lacey, that's her fiance's name, he decides to raise Michelle as if she was his own, which is good and all. Like, okay, this is the one time I'll give him like a pass. Like, this is him being a good man in this one instant, but any other time, no. The husband is whack. He's not celebrating Sylvie's success because, you know, like the time period, like she's supposed to be like a housewife, and we all know that Sylvie's not that type. Like, she wants to be a TV show producer. This is really what she's wanted her entire life, and her husband's not even celebrating her success. They have like this dinner party, and it's between this new account because Lacey does something in financials, something boring, and then Sylvie finds out that the only reason he got this account was because the white man is under scrutiny from the NAACP, and they need a black dude to cover for them to make it seem like it's not like them being racist. And Lacey is like fully aware of this. Like, he doesn't care. He's like, well, we're getting the money anyways. Like, I don't care if they're just using me. Whack. He's whack. So like I said in the beginning, Mona Lisa was supposed to go to the concert with Sylvie, but you know, she's doing like freedom fighting stuff, you know, helping the cause. So Sylvie ends up going with Robert because she runs into him outside of the concert, and you know, he sees her wedding ring and that she's like married to Lacey. But after the concert, Robert like kind of tells Sylvie where he's staying, and Sylvie's like, okay, well, I have to go home, because at first Robert had invited her to get drinks or something, I believe. She's like, no, I have to go home. But then she doesn't go home. She goes to where Robert's staying, and they do the deed again. So because of a series of events, Sylvie misses Robert's performance that he invited her to because of her car, I think. And so when she actually gets there, she sees Robert and Connie, and Robert never really likes Connie like that, but Connie likes Robert. And, you know, Sylvie gets jealous again, like she's not married. But then her husband finds out that Sylvie had gone to see Robert, or was planning to go see Robert. And he's like he's upset about it. And he has the right to be upset, blah, 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 whatever. So Robert has this like side plot that like it matters, but like I'm not watching this movie for necessarily Robert's story, you know what I mean? So Robert's getting like cut short money from the band because Dickie, the band leader, he's getting the most amount of money because he's sleeping with their manager Genevieve, and he cheating on Eva Longoria. That doesn't even make sense to me, but men are stupid, so what do you expect? So Sylvie's boss is engaged to be married, and she's not going to be working at that station anymore. And so now Sylvie's about to have her job. Yep. And it's at their New Year's party. And unfortunately, during this party, Sylvie's dad has a heart attack and dies. But before he dies, he tells Robert that Sylvie's baby is his and not Lacey's. And Sylvie had not told him about that baby. It had been like 5-6 years down the line, and he did not know that he had a kid, but the dad tells him. And I get why he told him that, but it's still trifling. Like, you really just like exposing your daughter like that. Sylvie is on top of the world. She doesn't know her dad died yet, and she's about to be a TV producer like she always wanted. But then she finds out that her dad dies, and at the funeral she has her life is short moment, and she tells Lacey that she wants a divorce finally. And she's like, I can't be the woman of my dreams when I'm trying to be yours. And I was like, that's kind of a good line. That's a good line right there. But then Lacey was like, I didn't want you to be the woman of my dreams. I just wanted to be the man of yours. But we all know that position's been filled by someone else. Like, yes. Yes, it has. I'm sorry. See, like movies like this where it has like the component of one of the people in the main relationship in another relationship is like kind of weird, because like, you know, you're rooting for the main relationship, but then they have their like side relationship and they kind of do their side partner dirty. But like, you know, it's servicing the greater story. I'm sorry. In real life, this is a big problem. In this movie, I'm gonna let it slide. When Robert finds out that Sylvie is divorced, he was so quick to come to her house, bro. He was waiting. He was literally praying on that marriage's downfall, bro. He was ready. They also like really brushed past the fact that Lacey has been raising Michelle as if she was his own daughter this entire time. And then after they got divorced, he just like disappears from her life. Like, they bring in Robert and he like meets Michelle for the first time and he becomes like her father figure, but like she's been raised with Lacey like her entire life up to this point, but they just never address it ever again, which it's a side detail, but it blew me. It was at this point that I was remembering why the end of this movie made me mad, because Robert started acting stupid. So Robert like felt bad that he wasn't providing financially for Michelle and Sylvie because of like the band and stuff, and like it was making me mad that he like needed to feel like a man, even though like Sylvie's making a lot of money being a TV producer. Like, he didn't need to be like the financial provider, but like that's what he felt like. And so he tries to be like, I need to go to Detroit to make money and stuff, but I don't want you guys to come with me, because he's like, I like, he just wants Sylvie to be happy, and like that's the reason Sylvie didn't tell him about her pregnancy, because she just wanted him to be happy. But they're like, they want like each other's happiness, but they're not consulting each other to see what their happiness entails, which is so frustrating. But then he like tells her that he essentially doesn't want to be a family man anymore. Robert was just self-sabotaging this entire time. Like, he finally got Sylvie, he has his family, but he just like pushed them away so they could be happy. Whatever. That makes me so upset. And he ended up having to work in a factory because the music thing didn't work out, because the guy like fake invited him there. It was like, everyone in Detroit knows I'm a liar. Like, that was kind of funny. But you know, Sylvie moves on with her life. She doing big things, being a TV producer and whatnot. But you know, she still misses Robert. So then she goes to Detroit and tells him, you want me to be happy, but you don't realize that the only way I'm gonna be happy is if you're in my life. And then he was like, well, I guess we're stuck with each other. It's kind of cute though. Like, I love that. Like, not in a toxic way, like, oh yeah, we're stuck together. Their whole problem was that like they loved each other so much that they wanted the best for each other, but they really just like didn't know what the best thing was for each other, and they just never talked about it. And if they would have just talked about it, all of these problems would have been solved. But that is the end of the movie. And the end credit scene is so cute. Like, it's just like fast forward of their life and they move in together, and Sylvie gives Robert her dad's saxophone, and so he starts playing music again, and Sylvie's still making big moves as a TV producer, and they like have their little family with Michelle, and it's so cute. So that's the end of Sylvie's Love. So what are my general thoughts about Sylvie's Love? I liked it. Like, it's not my favorite like romantic movie by far. It's not my favorite like black love movie, but it's so good for what it's supposed to do. You know, like, Nnamdi Asomugha is a good romantic lead. For this to be his first like leading role in a movie, it's really good. And you know, Tessa Thompson's always just like a really good actress, and I love Aja Naomi King in this role. I think she might have been my favorite character. Yeah, she was probably my favorite character, in her and Chico, Reggae, John Page. I wish we got more of them. That's what I want. I wish we got more of their like love, or like their summer fling, because like they're just really cute, and they like just had so much energy, and I really like them. I really like that this movie is a black love story. set in this time period that's not centered on trauma, but like it's not like it's completely ignoring the context of the time. Like they have Mona Lisa working in civil rights, they have the racist financial people working with Lacey, and it's like interwoven into the story, but it's not like the main conflict of the story, if that makes sense. And I really like that. And like the movie's very aesthetically pleasing. Tessa Thompson was dressed down. She looked so good, except for those short wigs in the beginning. Like they weren't my cup of tea, but you know, she still looked good. But when she was like in the later years, she looked really good. Mona Lisa was also looking good all the time, fresh to death period. I don't know how I feel about like the romantic movie trope of like the Lady and the Tramp, like the girl being like so much higher above his station than the guy. But then I kind of like it. Like I don't know. It worked in this movie though, because it also wasn't the main thing pulling them apart. So I just like how they have like things interwoven into it, but the main thing pulling them apart is just that they don't talk to each other. So my main criticism of Sylvie's Love is that why do all like Black love stories have to be centered around a light-skinned woman? Like I want to see more dark-skinned women be love interests. Like I want to see more movies like The Photograph, like what's that one Issa Rae movie I literally just watched? The Lovebirds, or If Beale Street Could Talk. Like I want to see more Black love stories that show a different variety of what Black people can look like. And that's not to diss Tessa Thompson at all. I think she does really good in this role. Who do I have to talk to see some variety? You know? That's my main criticism. So that's my video on Sylvie's Love. Don't forget to like, comment down below any suggestions you have for future videos, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you don't miss a single upload. And I'll see you in the next one.